Welcome back to my Antarctic Explorer with Viking Expeditions series. This is the final episode, episode 6, and in this video we return from Antarctica, travelling across the legendary Drake Passage again onto Ushuaia. During our northbound crossing, I give you behind the scenes access to some parts of the ship which you wouldn't normally see. We take a tour around Manfredi's galley. We also visit the bridge. Then we pop down to the hangar and have a look at all the expedition equipment before finishing off by popping into the science lab. After disembarking in Ushuaia, we conclude our expedition with a tour around Tierra del Fuego National Park. Then we head back to Buenos Aires for an overnight stop before heading back to the UK. So let's dive in. It was time to leave Antarctica and sail back across the Drake Passage again to Ushuaia in Argentina. The return crossing was surprisingly smooth thanks to favourable weather conditions and Viking's advanced stabiliser system. During the 2 days of travel back, we had the opportunity to take a guided tour of Manfredi's galley and see where all the delicious Italian food was created. Staff Captain Ivo gave a very in-depth presentation later that day, and it included a breakdown of the different types of crew on board. We could also go up onto the ship's bridge and learn about how the officers navigate these remote waters, and this is the view from the bridge. It was then time for the final briefing and farewell from the captain and his colleagues. At the end of the briefing, there was such a surprise when the Owler's projection screen lifted to reveal all of the crew who were standing outside, and they all came in and waved their goodbyes, and everyone in the audience was on their feet. And it just makes you realise how many crew are involved in each of the expeditions. The following day, we had a look around the hangar at the bottom of the ship, and that's where all the expedition equipment is kept, including the Zodiacs. And this is one of the 2 special operations boats with their suspension-style seating. This is one of the 2 submarines on board, and this one my husband actually went for a dive in. In the background there, you can see the dive support boat. And here are some of the tandem kayaks which we were lucky enough to venture out on. It really did feel like something out of James Bond, going down into the hangar and seeing all the equipment. In the hangar is the ferry box system which the science team use, and they collect samples which they then analyse to find out how much plankton there is, and also they use a filter system so they can collect any microplastics. We also popped into the state-of-the-art science lab where researchers study Antarctic ecosystems. This equipment is called the Baited Remote Underwater Video, abbreviated to BRUVs, and it records footage of marine species which are attracted to the bait. And here you can see the phytoplankton underneath the microscope. On embarking the ship at Ushuaia, we went on a tour around the Tierra del Fuego National Park. And here's just a little bit of footage of our time there, starting off with spending time by the lake. It was a gentle introduction back into a land where you can see greenery and trees, which we'd not seen for a good week. We passed through Ushuaia on the way back to the airport, so we did actually stop and have a little walk around. This is a place in Ushuaia which says at the bottom, end of the world. Lots of people having their photo taken there. And this is the Viking Octantis in the distance there, waiting for the next group of guests to take to Antarctica. We flew back to Buenos Aires, where we stayed for the night before then travelling back to the airport the following morning to fly back to the UK with a very brief stop in Rio. The cloud formations on the way back were so beautiful. I just loved all the blues, and you can see the sun setting there in the distance. This is dawn the following morning on our approach to London Heathrow Airport. What an absolutely incredible time we had. Our expedition was filled with so many unforgettable memories. If you've enjoyed watching this video, I will link to on the screen now and below the other episodes so you can take a look. Thank you so much for watching.